Hey, good morning, sports fans. Saturday, the 24th of June, 2023, and we are on our way at dark 30 to the Knights car show in Shawnee, Oklahoma. The Knights is a car club. This is the, I believe, 30th. I think they've been doing this show for 30 years. Which is almost as old as this Lil Red, this Z. Thank you, by the way, for watching this channel. It's not about me, it's about this car and the adventures of a 1992 300 ZX twin turbo that we believe, not just the inner circle, but national car show level judges believe is at the epitome of its form, the top form for a Nissan sports car, this iconic version, the twin turbo, which I believe personally is one of the most iconic sports cars of all time. Not just Nissan, but Road and Track thought so and voted this car of the year for multiple years when it first came out in the early 90s. So anyway, we're heading down here. It's a big show, supposedly over 200 cars. Annually, we've talked to some people that have been to it. They concur that it's just a really big show. It's well done. The Knights, after 30 years, should have figured it out, and evidently, of course, they have. So we're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be in a park called Boy Scout Park, which is on the south side of Shawnee. We drove down and reconned the site. There's only one place to drive your car in without jumping a curb, which is in the very back of the park. You have to kind of go down a side road and then go down a driveway. It's a good thing we did the recon, and then we checked that with two people that we know that have been to the show, and they go, yeah, that's the only way in is that to drive all the way in the back and go between the pylons. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We are going to get there, pull up on that grass between the pylons, which are really, like, I don't know, they're like barricade posts to keep you from driving into the park. We're going to drive up on that grass, stop, get out the flashlight, and walk our path down to a tree that we picked out when we did our recon. Is a flat spot right down near the bathrooms, kind of in the it's a tree that's kind of at the edge of the trees. It's a very beautiful park, tons and tons of trees that they allow you to park under. And we're going to be here early enough that we're just going to pick our spot, and hopefully no one beats us. It's rare. We have been beaten once or twice this car show season to a show, but it's not normal because we're willing to get up this early and leave this early to get there so we can pick the spot we want. So we're going to pick our spot. We're going to get also going to have the shade from the tree, which is, not 100%. So we're going to set up our shade, our 8x8 shade as well. And our buddy DW is coming with his 1970 Mach 1 Mustang that we just this week did some detail painting on the supercharger and the supercharger shield and the cold air intake pipe. So this will be the first time he's unveiling the car with it's got some pop now. Before, it's just a really amazing motor. It's an 800 horsepower Coyote motor. The build for this Mach 1 is, I don't even know how much money, but it's years in the making, and only this season, this car show season, has he had it ready to show and is showing the car. So this is its debut car show season, and we just always look forward to being with our friend. We've been friends for over 25 years, and to have him there, of course, we'll save him a spot. It's awesome. We love car showing with our friends, and so anyway, he'll be there. We'll save him a spot. We'll get the shade set up where he can sit under there too. Have our chairs under the shade, and then shade on our cars, and evidently, but we're not relying on the shade of a tree. We're putting up our own 8x8 shade. So that is the plan. We will, like all car show videos on this site, we will check in. Once I get all the cars get there, I generally walk around and look for cars that excuse me, are out of the ordinary, that I find interesting, and I film them, and that's exactly what I should be doing. I'm not a car show YouTube channel that goes up and down every aisle and slowly videotapes every car. There's a ton of people that do that. I see them all the time videotaping this car. That's not me. That's not what I want to do. I want to have fun and only shoot clips of cars that I like. And so you'll see those. There's always some unusual and really cool and rare cars that show up that I've never seen, and I want to show you. So there's that. And then I would let you know we are about to do a maintenance action on the Z, and I'm going to GoPro it. So for any of you that have a 90 through 96 300ZX twin turbo with the automatic transmission, which this car has, we're going to do a transmission servicing ourselves. It's not going to a shop. We haven't done it before, but we've done our homework, and so we're going to be doing that probably next weekend. And what we will do is just GoPro. Since if you haven't done it, you're going to need a new pan gasket. I highly suggest that you order the one from Concept Z Performance that we've ordered, because it comes with all new pan bolts. So you might strip one getting them off, but they're going to be 30 years old, or whenever the last time you took your pan off and really clean the magnet, the strainer, and really do a full servicing on the transmission. So that's what we're going to do. I'll just give you kind of an update that we do have that upcoming. Most recently, if you were watching, we've done quite a few mods to the Z. We just recently added hella horns. That's them. It kind of sounds like a taxi in Japan if you've ever been to Tokyo, but they work. And before we installed those, we did not have horns, which is dangerous, and I think it's illegal. I think a horn is a safety item that all cars must have to be on the road driving. So we did that. We've done quite a few other mods. We have a triple gauge pod. We installed an AEM boost gauge, and upcoming also is we're going to put an AEM temperature gauge in, so we can monitor our coolant temp, because we do not trust the gauge cluster temp gauge, and I want to be able to monitor the exact temperature of the coolant, because we are going to be running AC this summer. We reinstalled the auxiliary fan. We proved that it works yesterday. We let the car idle in the garage with the AC on until the fan came on, and it also went from low to high speed, so it's a 2-speed fan. We proved its function, and that doesn't mean the Z still doesn't get hot, because that fan doesn't come on until around 200 degrees. So anyway, those are upcoming clips, but today is the night's car show, Shawnee, Oklahoma, and we'll check back in with you from the show.